Thank you for choosing MTG Burgeoning for your Magic the Gathering content. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video and consider becoming a subscriber. Doing so supports the channel and makes you eligible for our various subscriber rewards series. If you would like to support the channel further, then click the link to our Patreon page in the description below. There, you can join our ongoing Pack Wars series as a 1-month supporter or ongoing member. Or try joining Pack Wars for free by commenting on every MTG Burgeoning video in a month. We strive to offer creative rewards through our various Patreon tiers. So if Pack Wars isn't for you, then something else will be. Links to our content and various subscriber rewards series can be found in the description below. Send us an email, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram. We are your channel for all things Magic.
Welcome back to MTG Burgeoning, your channel for all things Magic. For the purposes of today's video, all things Magic includes just sitting back, sorting out some cards, swapping some memories. That's all that this video is going to be. This is not going to include any deck text. This is not going to include any rewards or any top 10 lists. This is just sitting back and sharing some tales. And for today, we're going to pick up where we left off in another segment of Tales from the Metagame. And last we spoke, we were talking about our, let's see, what were we talking about? Our game variants. That's where we were. That's right, because we were talking about Plane Chase and Chaos and Horde and stuff like that. That's right. That's what we were doing. So I'm going to share quickly. Today's going to be a brief one, folks. Today's going to be a pretty brief one. And today we're going to talk about a variant that we play. This is actually pretty wild. So this game variant requires everyone to play with a mono red deck. Mono red, and everyone has to be a direct damage deck. So you really don't want to sit down with a goblin deck or a dragon deck. You really want to pack in as many red direct damage spells as you possibly can. And how how this game variant works is, this is actually pretty sweet. So each player that's going to participate grabs 2 10-sided dice, and you roll those 2 dice, and those 2 dice are your starting life totals. No kidding, folks. That's exactly what it is. Your two 10-sided dice is your starting life total. So if you're fortunate enough to roll like 8, 9, you can start off with 98 life. If you're unfortunate, like your boy here, Burgeoning, you're usually rolling like 1 and 2. So you're starting with a minimum of or a maximum of 21 life. And that's just not going to win too many multiplayer direct damage games when everybody else is in 60, 70, 80, 90 life. It's like, oh, it is ridiculous. But that's not all either. That's not all of the rules for this variant. So there is already in play a Mana Flare, and if you're freaking, oh geez, I gotta learn how to speak a little bit better. It's just been one of those days, folks. That's one of the reasons why we're doing this. That's why we can't do regular contents right now, because sometimes the outside peripheral life is just a little bit too much. So you just got to kind of sit back. But anyways, I digress. So we're talking about, Mana Flare. If you're not familiar with Mana Flare is whenever you tap a land for a mana, it produces an additional mana of any color that land produced. So if we're all in white and everyone's starting off with a personal Mana Flare, that's exactly what happens. Everyone's also drawing 14 cards. Yep, 14 cards in the opening hand and a Mana Flare. So this is a variant. This is a series that it doesn't last very long. And it's really fun. I would absolutely encourage anyone who wants to give that one a try. We don't really have a name for it. We just really call it Direct Damage Series. You roll your life total. You hope that those 2 10-siders are a couple of high numbers. And you just pray. Just pray. I mean, I've been in games where I've started off with like 10 life, and I'm playing against like 80, 70 life, which is a good thing, because sometimes, the 80 and the 70 lifers, the 90 lifers, they'll just, focus on each other, and you can just kind of hang back and, hope for the best. I remember the one time we were playing, somebody pulled out a direct damage deck, and it was a legitimate direct damage deck. It had a bunch of direct damage spells in there. However, also included were a bunch of creatures that had mountain walk. I thought that was a very nice touch. There was no one saying that we couldn't do that. It was just a really nice touch to include mountain walkers in a direct damage series. Of course, they were easy fodder for any of the spells, but still, I applauded the spirit of including those creatures. It was pretty sweet. And that is another one of our game variants. Man, that's just wild. 2 D10s, and that's your life total. 14 cards, and a Mana Flare is already in play. And you can't get rid of the Mana Flare, so you're dropping down a mountain, and you're already tapping 2. That's just wild. Play variants. I'm telling you, the longer that you're together in a metagame, the more creative you can be with the different game variants that you want to play. It just makes the Magic game so much better. It really does. I'm telling you, you guys gotta let me know in all of your different variants and all the different meta games that you guys have had. What different variant? How do you play? Do you have certain rules? Do you have certain ways in which you play? Let me know in the comments section. I'd love to hear it from you. I really would, because I'm always interested to know what other meta games are doing. Just as a way in which to just see the creativity and, maybe adopt some other ideas to kind of enhance and make my own metagame even better, because that's what it's all about, just having a great metagame. That's it, folks. That's MTG Burgeoning. This is Tales from the Metagame. You go forth and you enjoy your day.